Hi everyone, and welcome to another first time basing a reaction and analysis. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do a lot of vocal analysis, musical analysis, so if you want to watch the video straight through, head straight down to the description and go to the original. Watch it all the way and then come back if you want to learn a lot about the singing and what's going on behind the scenes. But it's a lot of analysis, a lot of pausing. Without further ado, guys, Dimash, a new song. I was going to see, I haven't done Dimash in a long time. I'm very excited to be getting back to his work. So, I go on YouTube to find a video, and I see that he just posted a new music video 3 days ago called Okay. So, okay, Dimash, you got me. Let's see what's going on here. Guys, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please consider donating to my Patreon if you're learning from these videos, if you're gaining appreciation for music, if I'm adding value to your listening experience. As little as $1 a month to my Patreon gets you early access. More than that gets you a lot of cool benefits. So check that out. But let's go ahead and dive into Dimash, the superstar, one of the greatest vocalists alive, one of the most versatile vocalists alive, with an absolutely insane range, insane control over his voice, especially his hi-hat voice, unbelievable. Even has some operatic training that he uses in his songs. There's always so much to talk about with Dimash's music. So without any further delay, let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. All right, Dimash, okay. Okay, so before he even gets into it, so this is interesting because it starts out here clearly playing an old-fashioned upright stand-up piano, and he's playing the video, but clearly it's not the actual sound coming through. Now, as you all know, all music videos, it's like this is lip sync. Even if the piano was an upright piano sound, it would have been tracked beforehand and acted out for the music video. But here we see this upright piano, yet we get this like synthy kind of vibey synth happening, which is just very interesting. That it's a very interesting choice, and clearly there's an atmosphere here that's not what's being exhibited in the room. So just a very interesting thing musically. But let's go ahead and move forward and get to the singing. It's very dreamlike, very dreamlike. So this is very classic for Dimash to start his pieces this way, where, vocally, it's like the vocal folds are barely even coming together. They're not even coming together in some respects. So he's in his kind of middle chest range here, middle to low chest range here. It's such light, in the ear, intimate singing that at times he's not even producing pitch. It completely comes off the voice, and he does this, in my opinion, as a way to create this big contrast to when he comes in with huge, powerful belts in his high chest range and high head voice later in the song. He starts off low, starts off very soft, very intimate, to give him a place to go to later. Literally not even phonating for about half the time he's singing this first passage. It is legitimately like an exercise in how soft you can sing. Okay, so now we have some more instrumental pickup, but the voice is staying very soft. Let's find out where he is. I think he's jumping from E3 to E4. in his head voice. E4, very easy pitch for Dimash to hit and sustain in his full chest voice, but he's opting for a lighter head voice here. So we have G3 to E4. Keeping it very light. He's keeping the voice light despite now we're getting this kind of 4 on the floor kick pattern, but keeping the voice very, very light. So that's the pattern. Okay, there's cool stuff happening. So the drums cut out, voice is staying very, very light still. And there's some cool, you won't hear this as much probably in my video because when I have screen record, it goes to mono, meaning you're hearing all the sound right there. But if you listen to this original, you'll hear some cool soundscape happening here, left and right ear, with a kind of breathiness. I mean, literally almost just like breathing into the microphone. So drums cut out, and just listen for that soundscape. It's very atmospheric, the whole thing. Almost like deep club music. Not that it's not as hard hitting as club music, but just that kind of vibe. It's got like this underground vibe. Almost like a grime to it. He's keeping the voice very soft. Usually by this point, he has at least moved into a more consistent vocal fold closure position where he's at least phonating clearly on every pitch. Maybe he's not doing anything big and robust yet, but usually by a minute into his songs, you can tell, you're like, oh, I see where this is going. He's really keeping it dialed back, which makes me wonder if the whole song is going to be like that, which means we're going to have to get creative about things to talk about. If we don't get the normal Dimash fireworks that I've seen on every video so far. Something cool to notice. Notice how different the vibe is here. It's the same kick pattern, but we're getting this kind of swing beat on these like hi-hat light cymbal instrumental hits here, and it totally changes the song. It changes it from being very kind of stagnant to like, oh, it's got movement, it's got some life to it. It's very dreamy, it's very, like I said, kind of underground, club, more dreamy though, I think. So yeah, he's really keeping it light, and we haven't gotten out of the fourth octave yet, which again is very unusual for Dimash. I mean, usually he's floating up in fifth and sixth octave, but we'll see. I'm not counting my chickens yet. I have a feeling in every Dimash song I've ever seen or heard people talk about, there's always Dimash vocal fireworks. But for now, he's keeping in this very light mechanism. Even when he's in his chest voice, and all of this so far is in his chest range, but he's flipping up to head voice into his falsetto intentionally for the effect, for the vibe of this song, right? You can tell by the background here, it wouldn't make sense, at least how the instrumentation's happening now, for him to be ripping operatic vocals. It just wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't fit. What he's doing now is very fitting of the instrumentation. So, of course, for that, I respect that artistry. I selfishly want to hear him do some crazy vocals shit because it's so cool and so much fun. anyway, right now, we haven't gotten past the 4th octave, and he's really just jumping between middle chest voice and a little higher, which would still be chest voice, but he's opting to do it in head voice, falsetto. Oh. Come on, baby. Ooh. Still light? Still very light vocal mechanism, all of it. And the beat's relatively the same as the first verse. We've got a little echoey claps happening, but for the most part, we're just... And again, guys, this is mostly, I'm really not, all my time is really spent on music and the vocal analysis. I'm not a cinematographer, so I generally don't comment about what's going on in the cinematography, aside from, things I might think are cool, or costume I think is cool, or, maybe something that really lines up with the audio for the most part. So before you comment, what about this super cool thing in the video? Not really talking about that stuff. Anyway, let's keep going. Maybe this is a new Dimash. Still very pulled back. With only a minute left, I'm like just waiting for him to open it up. I'm just waiting for it. I hope he does, but I don't know. We're almost 2.5 minutes in. It's not a long song. This could be the whole vibe, which, in a way, I respect that a lot, because I'm sure whenever he performs now, he probably feels all this immense pressure to show off his crazy range and show off his really high, powerful belting. So I will always respect an artistic choice to do what people don't expect. And this, so far, is definitely not what I was expecting from Dimash. Now, the other part of this truth is that I have intentionally not listened to most of his music, because I'm trying to do first-time videos for it, because I know you guys like that most. You get to see me react in real time and then break down the stuff after only hearing it once. So maybe he has more music like this that I don't know about from the Dimash I've seen. This is a very new Dimash. We have to F4. B3. Y'all, we got 20 seconds. I don't think he's gonna rip. I don't think he's letting it rip today. I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked. Again, maybe this is because I haven't heard all of Dimash's music, but this is shocking to me that he has pretty much stayed, well within a 2-octave range. It'd probably be more like an octave or an octave and a half. It's showing nothing of his vocal capability. Now, as far as the song, obviously I don't speak the language, so I can't tell you the text or how powerful the poetic bits are, or how well his singing is fitting the emotion exemplified in the text. Cannot speak about any of that. All I can talk about is vocal technique, and so he's not showing us this huge range, all this power, all these different techniques, which is really what I've talked about whenever I do Dimash, is how much versatility he has. But this is one speed. This is like almost proving us wrong that he doesn't have to do all those vocal acrobatics to be an artist. That he can do it with just running at one speed. Hello and welcome back. My video just cut off for no reason after like 15 minutes. Usually I get 30, but here we go. We got a few minutes left. Let me make sure this is not crooked. Bang. let's continue. We only have a few, 20 seconds left. Okay, so yeah, we got a Dimash song with no Dimash fireworks. Whoa, crazy. You know what this actually started to remind me a lot of? Towards the end is Billie Eilish. I get like very much like, what's the song I'm thinking of? There's a song on her Happier Than Ever album, her most recent album, that this reminds me a lot of, but the kind of very soft singing, the kind of underground club vibe, very creative without needing to do a lot of intense things vocally. It's very, very Billie Eilish-like. And Billie's one of my favorite artists of all time. I got to see her live in Philadelphia in February, and it was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. I absolutely love Billie, so that is a big compliment. And also, with the Bass Gang, we covered 4 of her songs last year, and I've covered 3 more of her songs. I'm like obsessed. Wow, guys. Okay, well... this really caught me off guard, because usually I'm in like, all right, let's fucking, then we got some technique to break down here, and usually I get really in the weeds about the physiology and the registration and his operatic technique versus his musical theater technique versus his pop technique versus his jazz technique. Absolutely no idea why my video keeps stopping, but I guess I should wrap it up. So guys, this was Dimash's latest song, Okay. And you know, I actually really enjoyed it. I think it was important for him to show us that he doesn't need to do all these crazy vocal things for us to be interested in to like his music. So hats off to you, Dimash, for being creative and taking a new path, as far as I've heard anyway. Guys, if you liked the video, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel, comment, help that algorithm go. My Dimash videos are notoriously my most popular. People like hearing what I have to say about his vocal technique. So yeah, spread the word, share it with your friends, family, and then check out my Patreon if you want a lot of very cool benefits to add on top of all that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Maybe I'll do one sooner rather than later so we can get back to our Dimash fireworks, because even if I do like this song, it is more fun from an analysis standpoint to talk about all his impressive vocal feats. Anyway, that's it, y'all. See you later.